There's some spooky shit coming.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to freeze as someone looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause this is daylight night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's daylight night. You're fighting for your life inside a together. You hear the door slam, realize there's nowhere left to run. You feel the cold, I wonder if you ever see.
All right. Hey guys, welcome to another podcast.
You take that.
Yeah, I did.
Shot to that.
Today's podcast. I'm your host, Resnier, and today we got a lot of people in the podcast, which is great. Excuse me. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about we're gonna be talking about ghost stuff for the Halloween. So today with us we got our regulars, Freefer, Mr. Slipper, Aaron, known as Holland Cope. That's what's gonna be his name now. So if you guys will always remember Aaron as Holland Cope. Our newest member is gonna be Parker Stroop, and
hello.
We got Gotham as well.
Hi.
Last time she hasn't been in the past two streams and the past two podcasts, but she's back today, and she's our Schulbs. Yeah, one of them got taken down, so this doesn't really matter. But yeah, Schulbs is here, and she's going to be redirecting our chat. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to chat with us, go ahead and post in the chat. She will reply to you guys. We will not. She will, though.
Shelby, could you also mention the email?
Yeah, so I just set up a new email for us, so if you're listening to this after the fact or you can't participate in the live chat, shoot us an email. It is smokebreakpodcast420@gmail.com.
I'll make sure to post that on the description down below, so you guys can have something to click at afterwards. But also, if you guys have some funny audios, prank calls, something that you want us to put on the podcast, please do. The funnier the better. If you send us something and we don't play it, don't get mad, because it probably sucked. So just being honest.
Like talking about prank calls, would you play the Simon call?
Oh, so we have our friend. Let's go into a little backstory about Simon. So I've known Simon since I moved to the United States when I was 14 years old. He's a Jew. Let me start off by saying that. Like, that has a lot to do with his personality, though. Like, the fact that he's a Jew, he acts like a Jew, and he's very Jew about everything. But that's just the point, you know. This motherfucker has had a very I don't even know how to say, like, idiotic life. I don't know, like shitty life choices that he made that were like horrible. But he ended up getting a stripper pregnant. That was like, he was 19 at the time. She was 37.
Oh, Simon got pregnant?
No, Simon got that chick pregnant, that stripper pregnant. Ended up having a kid with her.
Lovely woman.
Oh yeah, no, lovely woman, and they ended up having the kid.
His kid.
Prime.
Oh yeah. Supposedly his kid, even though she was a stripper messing around with everybody, you know. I just love it how he like came to my house boasting about it one day. He's just like, "Oh, dude, yeah, look at me, I'm a badass. I fucked a stripper," you know. And like 3 months later, he like comes knocking, and he's like about to cry, and I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? What's going on?"
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And he's like,
The same shit to me.
he's like, "I got Candace pregnant," and I'm like,
the Jewish stop story.
I laughed at his face, dude, and I closed the door. Like, I just burst out laughing. Like, I almost started crying, laughing in front of him, even though he's like about to break down crying on me. So, oh, we got a subscriber. I forgot to take that off.
Simon.
Woohoo, we got a subscriber.
Thanks for the subscriber. Sorry, you guys can't hear that. Every time somebody subscribes to the YouTube, you hear like the celebration song. So it just popped off, and I was like, "Oh, look at that, cool." But yeah, anyways, so he does. Simon. Aaron does a prank call apparently on him, or a call a conversation they had over the phone.
It's not really a prank call. It's just me being mean to him while I'm drunk. So just play it.
If you're talking to Simon pre-25, it's always going to be like that.
Shut the fuck up and listen to it.
All right, you guys ready? Here, I'm going to play it.
I was trying to tell you last night, where Candace and I and Tesla have been staying in the house that Izzy was staying in.
Why?
She moved
Why?
to Florida, but because we got evicted from that apartment.
Why?
Is that the rabbi guy?
Where
Told me that dude tried to like come on to Candace really hard.
He was a rabbi.
Wait. Just play the whole audio. It's super funny. Just play the whole audio. Then it's really funny.
All right.
Yeah, because it took me a while to find a new job. And
So Candace doesn't pay the bills?
I have a job now, but
We probably shouldn't put them on recorded blast online, but
I don't give a fuck.
They're gonna have to deal with a state agency because I'm getting fed up with them. I'm gonna take them.
oh shit.
I'm gonna get my money back from them somehow.
Yeah, you sure about that?
Did he reach down and find his nuts?
FIFA, shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
Just about it. 'Cause they're doing something that they shouldn't. They're taking money.
They're taking money? Who? Like, who exactly is taking money?
It's the company that I'm working for. Ride Aid Transportation.
The one that you, like, didn't strap the old woman in and she, like, flew into a fucking bar or
He told me
something?
about that. He was staying in my
FIFA,
apartment.
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
Wait, what?
Where you didn't strap someone in and they fucking flew into a bar when you took a break.
No, what are you talking about?
I have no idea.
How did you get fired from your job in Arizona?
I didn't get fired from a job in Arizona.
I thought you told me about that.
No, you are changing the story up. But I'm sure, that's what happens when it's word of mouth.
Fucking
What
Simon.
actually happened then? No, dude, look, I'm not gonna let you move. I'm not gonna help you move. Like, what the fuck? Why are you even moving? Just like 2 months ago, you were in that other apartment. I just saw that.
Right. We're not we have a bunch of stuff in boxes that we're gonna take out of this house and put into storage.
Will you pay me?
Because
Will you pay me?
No.
there will be food and alcohol.
Okay, so. Well, I'm just fucking with you. I'm not gonna do it. I don't-
Well, then I'll talk to you later because I have to go get this done then.
Yeah.
I have to go procure the storage and get the U-Haul.
Why don't you just move it into the place that you're gonna move into?
Because I don't have enough money to get the place.
What were you talking about, Malachi?
Do you know what Malachi's doing right now?
Probably not. He's working. Probably. He's probably not gonna help you. That's for sure.
Oh, dude, you're such a dick.
But that's so funny, though, man.
You're like, no, I'm not gonna fucking help you. Oh, sorry, Parker. So, hey, Aaron.
I know, I'm fucked up, dude.
So this guy, this is a pre-recorded call. So like, my friend, or the guy Simon we were talking about, he called Aaron, and Aaron was drunk, and he like recorded, and Simon was trying to ask him to help him move, but Simon made such a bad decision in his life to where like, he got.
Nobody will help him do anything.
Because he's such a Jew about everything.
Okay, wait. The thing is, he said to me, like, I need you to help me move from one house to another. But then when I called him, it was something totally different. And so then I hang up and I call him again and recorded him because, like, you know, it was just, he was lying to me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if I was ever gonna ask one of you guys, hey, could you help me move? I would pay you guys, and I would give you my food, and I would give you booze, you know?
Exactly. Well, I mean,
I wouldn't just like, you know,
be shady about it.
Thomas, can I borrow your truck? And be like, yeah, dude, no problem. But I'd pay you, and I'd fucking, you know, feed you, you know, or, you know, I'd do whatever I had to do to borrow a truck.
Yeah, that's true. But it kind of sounded like he was giving a form of compensation of like.
No.
No. He offered.
You missed the point. It was after Aaron asked, "Are you gonna pay me?" Because Simon would not have given Aaron anything.
He's the kind of person, and no, but he's also the kind of person that goes like, you know, you're like, oh sure, dude, I'll help you out, definitely, and then next time you're like, hey, dude, can you help me out with something? He's like, well, you know.
There's another thing. There's another thing.
Oh wait, wait.
You also have to go put up with Candace.
Oh yeah.
She's like an old broken stripper, and she's just insufferable.
This is one of my favorite Simon moves. This is one of my favorite Simon moves right here. Sorry, Parker. This is him right here. This is what explains Simon in a nutshell. Hey, dude, I'm like, Simon, can you sell me some bud right there? And he's like, yeah, no, definitely. How much you want? Oh, I'll get 3 G's. He comes over, you get 3 G's, and he's like, all right. Even though he like has his own personal stash, he's like, all right, cool. Can I hang out? Yeah, dude, you can hang out, but let's smoke your stuff. After you finish smoking your stuff, you're like, well, are you gonna load a bowl? Oh no, dude, I gotta go. Like,
and stares, and he just waits, and
he's
doesn't say a thing.
Jewish mooch.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's the most awkward motherfucker.
I mean, like, I love the guy, and I hate to. I don't really care about saying shit about Jews, but like, he's the reason why like fucking Jews get the name they do. You know? He's a fucking shitty
person. Oh, and for people that are watching the podcast that are new watching to this is the first episode.
We are completely racist.
We're not racist. We're just very open-minded individuals. We don't have like, you know, we don't.
That guy cracked my bong and didn't even offer to pay for it. This scumbag right there.
That's because he couldn't pay for it because he's a lousy
That was like
piece
one of the
shit.
first. That was one of the short capsules you actually.
His furniture's still in my house.
Dude, let's just shoot that shit like with our guns, man.
Take it. We could shoot his mattress.
So I
Yeah, I think I might.
That's crazy. That's funny. Burn it. That's all you hear. It's like burn it.
Too crazy for words, man.
But anyway, so we're back on track on the whole podcast. We kind of like went on to a little side story. We are gonna be talking about a ghost stories because the Halloween is coming up. We decided to do a Halloween special, and I do want to start off with Mr. Slipper's stories.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Which one do you guys want to hear first?
Oh my god. Well, I want to hear the one about the flies. That's what I want to hear.
The flies.
Yeah, the man with the flies.
I have no idea about the man with the flies. This is
You're
new to
about
me.
to know.
Okay, so
Take a drink, everyone.
yeah, this is kind of a long one, and it's just really weird.
Alright, guys, shit's about to get very eerie. Let's see.
So there was a strange point in my life where I was like homeless, and I was kind of just doing like whatever work I could get in the weed industry. So I ended up driving up to like Humboldt County, but on the way from like Humboldt to like from San Francisco, I stopped in this town called Ukiah. Or at least, no, actually it wasn't Ukiah, but it was outside of Ukiah somewhere. And there was like this hitchhiker, and I had two other people with me. One was the person I was working for, and the other one was like my business partner.
Oh, so these were like your business.
Yeah, this was a business trip.
But were those people in the same situation as you, or?
Well, like my partner was, and like the person I was working for was like letting me live in like their garage.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Cool.
Yeah. So we were all cruising up there together. But my partner goes and starts talking to this hitchhiker because, like, on the way up there, like, it was harvest season, and you'll see all kind of hitchhikers in Northern California, like, everywhere. So he had, like, this strange sign he was holding, and it had, like, 3 circles on it, and my partner thought it was really strange. So he was like, hey, can we give this guy a ride? And, like, we talked to him, and he's like, oh, I'm from Argentina. And he, like, showed us. He pulled out, like, 3 passports. Like, they were all different, like, passports. Like, they all had different names and shit, but they had the same picture.
What the fuck?
So we were like, whatever. But he seemed, can you, like, mute your, I'm like, you're getting feedback from yours.
From who?
Yeah, Thomas, when you talk at the same time as other people, it feedbacks.
What about now?
We'll see.
Just don't hold your thing down while talking.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, he had this, like, really strange sign, and he had all the 3, like, passports or whatever, and, like, I don't even remember the guy's name. I think it started with a P. So we were like, fuck it, dude. Like, where did you go? And he's like, Ukiah. And there's, like, a big-ass Buddhist monastery there and stuff. It's, like, really weird. It's like the, like, Buddha, like, 1,000, temple of 1,000 Buddhas or something. That's where he wanted to go. So we got him, like, close to there. And we got to, well, like, on the way up there, he was, like, telling us he was part of, like, the Sufi, who was, like, they're, like, Islamic mystics or something, and they do some kind of, like, dance that, like, puts them into a trance. And they, like, spin around and, like, I don't know, go into the astral world and shit. Yeah, it's, like, it's some kind of weird mystic shit. But he was telling us about that, and he was like, oh, I'm going to show you guys this dance whenever we get there, and he's just telling us all this weird shit. So we finally get to Ukiah, and we stop. And he's like, oh, let me show you guys the dance. And then he asked us, like, yo, can you guys get me work? And we're like, yeah, we can get you work, because it's like we knew a couple people at the place we were going that needed trimmers.
Can you give a name?
Of what?
The guy, like you said you saw his passports and stuff.
Of the what do you?
Hitchhiker?
Oh, I don't remember the dude's name, honestly. I think it just started with a P.
Let's give him a name. Patrick.
Parker.
Yeah.
Parker.
Okay, let's just call him Patrick. I think his name was like Pablo or something, honestly.
Alright, we're going with Pablo. That's better.
Yeah. So we get to where we're going, and he's like, "Oh, I want to show you the dance." And he like takes off his necklace that he has on. It's just like a bead necklace. It's made out of these like black beads. He puts it on my partner. He does like this little dance where he spins around and round and around, and he showed us that. And then he's like, "All right, I'll see you guys later." And we got his number and everything, and we even called his phone like before he left to make sure we had the right number. Like we saw the phone ring. When we go to get in my car, and he's like already like going down the road past the bar that we stopped at. And as soon as I open my door, like a million fucking flies are just like buzzing around inside my car. And like I was like, "Bro, did this motherfucker leave some like roadkill in my car or some shit?" And I was like pissed immediately. But then like I realized that there was nothing in there. Like we closed all the doors, and it was just like all like just like 1,000 flies. And like the other people that were with me saw the same shit, and like we just got in the car and we like sat for a second, and like nobody said anything for like 15 minutes.
Dang, so like your car just like filled up with flies?
Yeah, and we opened the doors, they all flew out. And we were just sitting there like, what the hell?
Dang.
Like the devil incarnating me, partner. Shit.
Yeah, that was pretty strange.
Dang, so imagine just like... I was just gonna say, like, imagine just like in that situation, you just like start seeing all the flies, but you like look behind you and there's like nobody there. Like that dude was never in your car. It was just like,
yeah, we even talked about that.
Like,
as we got down the road, we were like, was that guy real?
Did you guys ever like call him afterwards?
Yeah,
or?
we called him immediately, and like all of a sudden the phone was like disconnected.
What? Damn.
And we tried calling him later on too, like several other occasions, and the phone just never worked. And we were like, "What the fuck?"
Cool.
That's weird.
Some like really creepy stuff, dude.
Maybe he's just trying to rob you and gave you a fake number.
I don't know.
With a bag of plastic.
I'm never picking up a hitchhiker again.
Bag of flies in his pocket or something.
That's like what I thought initially. Like maybe he just had some like roadkill that had been all kept up with maggots or something, you know?
That's some weird shit, dude. That story always like kind of haunts me.
You see, I've never had anything like crazy ghost like. I mean, I've had.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Well, the most things I've ever had was in my dreams, where I have the most vivid dreams where like they basically feel as real as me and you are talking right now, even more real so. But they're so fantastical, it's insane. But at the same time, I feel more alive in those dreams than I do in actual life.
Is it because like you're scary in your dreams, so you get that rush of like, oh shit, something's happening that you wouldn't get in real life?
No, it's not necessarily. I mean, sometimes they are nightmares, but sometimes they are just like strange dreams. It's not necessarily scary or, you know, but sometimes they're actually nice dreams. But it's just sometimes I feel that like I'm someone else.
Okay.
When I fall asleep.
This is gonna go with I think ghosts do like, or presence, like they do show their presence in dreams to like loved ones more than others, you know what I mean?
I think that's the easiest way for them
to connect with you in that way, because
yeah.
I do have a lot to say about that, the dreaming thing, because like I said, like my sister, you know, passed away 7 months ago, and ever since that, ever since like I dream about her. If I dream, like if I have a dream, she'll be in the dream, but she'll be like in the background, like, or she'll be there, and I'll just be like, whoa, like talking to everybody else, like, does she not know what happened, how she died, like why is she alive right now? And like I'm just like trying to like question that to everybody, like,
yeah,
am I? It's it.
Wait. Did that happen before her death?
No, this started happening after her death.
She was never in your dreams before her death?
Like here and there, dude, but nothing like this, you know what I mean? But she
Nothing
never,
like outstanding.
yeah, and she never speaks in any of her dreams. That's what trips me out either. She's just there, smiling and happy.
Spoke?
She never speaks at all. Like I try talking to her and stuff, but she just like smiles and like for some reason in my dream I can't control what I'm saying. So the questions I do ask, they're like or things that you can't, you don't reply to. Like
It's like nothing.
yeah.
Redundant.
So she just like smiles and walk away, and I'm just like, oh, man, my sister alive. Like what
You
the
know
hell?
what that means? That means it's probably like you were supposed to say something to her.
But the thing is, my mom has not gotten a single dream with her in it.
Yeah. Can you imagine why?
Here's what I kind of think about. A lot of people think, spirits and stuff will try to talk to you through dreams. But for me, I think dreams are manifestation of emotions. So it's kind of like
It's also
almost-
what you like ate at dinner too.
yeah, it's kind of like before you go to bed, and because there's so much brain activity, just kind of digs into. So, I truly don't believe that through dreams that spirits and stuff like that talk to you.
Well, I mean,
Astral projection.
scientifically speaking, okay, so yeah, scientifically speaking, there's no connection between the paranormal and the science facts. What makes sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
even with dreaming, though, science isn't very in depth on dreaming.
on the brain at all. So
Yeah.
but science is not in depth in the French science. Like
I mean, it's not as in depth as it could be.
Whoa.
On dreaming.
it's crazy. Astral projection. I do believe in astral projection. Astral projecting is, man, it's something I strive for every night before I go to sleep.
Astral, you should read the book called Journeys Out of the Body.
So astral projection. Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna explain let me explain what astral projecting is for those who don't know. Astral projecting is this form of meditation to where you project your soul out of your body into like the spirit realm, pretty much.
So it's kind of like lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, lucid dreaming is waking up in your dream and realizing it's a dream. And
Yeah, that's lucid dreaming. Astral projection is kind of more like
you
going elsewhere.
You're getting out of your body and you're like.
Astral projection is when your soul leaves like your body and you have something connecting to it and you can.
It's like
So like
almost,
DMT trips.
It's almost like more real.
DMT, pretty much.
It's like a DMT trip.
It's just as real or more real than reality, except it's in your sleep.
I actually used to listen to another podcast, and the dude on there lost his brother, and through astral projection was able to communicate with him in the spirit world. And he did it several times, and he was like, I know this was real because there's a variety of reasons, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But it was really cool. And I totally get the spirit world.
It takes years of practice.
I definitely think there's a realm you can access.
Oh, there definitely is.
Yeah, there. I had this guy that I used to work with, and okay, unlike you guys, I'm pretty religious. I'm actually going to be going to school to be a pastor. But
wait, what religion are you?
Non-denominational Christian.
So you're okay.
It's kind of like the hippie church. But we started doing a Bible study after me and him, or after I quit that job, and he actually went through a point in his life where he was so depressed and started fiddling with the spirit realm. And he told me some crazy stories that just like, I don't, like when I was listening to them, they just gave me goosebumps. And it's just like he fiddled around with the spirit realm, and he
Like
just
dark stuff.
So
yeah.
it's a story.
So, for instance, his brother, his roommate at the time, he was already really into the whole spirit realm, which is almost like a dark magic, and he would say, like when he would talk to people, because of messing around with the spirit realm, he could literally see forms of demons coming out through coughs, because he entered that spirit realm on multiple occasions that he could physically see. And he said, like, when you talk to someone, you can just see almost like the gloss in their eye, when it's almost like a form of fear. And it just...
No, that is fear.
Yeah, it's
a form of fear. That is fear.
like a form of like outward projection of fear.
like you just can't hide it. You can't hide it. You can't hide it.
Outward projection of fear is fear.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
It's crazy.
He talked about this tree one time, and just I can't even. I don't know. It's just one of those things when you talk with someone about that actually experienced
Does he do drugs?
Actually no. He was smoking weed, but other than that, no.
Do you know for sure?
Yeah, he was pretty straight edge,
Does he
especially at this time.
Does he drink?
He was an alcoholic.
Well,
I don't know. I really think it's possible. I think, at least. I mean, I've drank a lot of ayahuasca, and I've definitely felt like I've been like in communication with other things, and I don't know where the fuck I am or what's going on.
I had
It's just really strange.
The thing is, I think, is that like we can connect to the very pinpoint of the fourth dimension, but since we're not fourth dimensional and mortal creatures, it will never be open to us.
LSD helps a lot with opening those.
Well, I feel like a lot of plants just hold like a kind of like a spiritual message of their own. Like this kind of bounces off of like some of like Terence McKenna's ideas, but just that like these plants come with this like basic message that's supposed to remind us of like what we really are, who we really are.
Yeah, mortal.
Yeah, but I mean that's really what it seems like when you get into like a really deep trip, or like it's complete ego loss. Like you're getting more in touch with who you really are.
I mean, have you guys ever said the only thing that is ever owed death?
That ever what?
What?
The only thing ever owed to us as mortals is death.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of something I think about every day. Like, this life we're living is...
That is
no
the
matter-
one thing that
Yeah.
is
Who's
sure.
to say that an immortal can't deserve death? You can open
Well,
that
no.
door.
I
Every
mean,
door has
immortals
another
can die.
side.
I figure this, like, so if we're third dimensionals and we are looking at a two-dimensional plane, let's say a picture on a,
Piece of paper.
piece of
Yeah.
paper, we can view everything that's going on. So as a fourth dimensional, they can view everything that's going on in third dimension, which means they can basically walk through, be through, see through, feel through everything that is in the third dimension, which
So
they're basically omniscient
My question is, would they see the third dimension as we see the second dimension?
No.
Something very basic. Something very basic. Something basic. Because at the point we see a two-dimensional figure, and let's say we see a drawing of some apples that look delicious because of the shading, the colors, we can feel what it would be like to have those apples in front of us, but it comes from a two-dimensional plane. So just the fact that we understand a two-dimensional plane at a complete different, so do they see it the same way as the third dimension?
What you just said, think of that in the fourth dimension, and that's exactly what it is.
Okay, yeah, that's my question.
If it's a picture of something in 3D, then it's automatically already in the third dimension. We can view 2D as 2D because we understand 2D fully, and we understand 3D mostly.
What do you mean by when you say omniscient?
Omniscient.
Like from I guess fourth dimensional.
Well, basically, if they can fully understand, or at least grasp the concept of third dimension as being fourth dimensionals, that's omniscience to us. Because, so we can view the second dimension.
No, it's literally just superior because they would have like an entire perspective. Like they would be able to see behind a 3D object. I'm
trying to make it as simple as possible. To explain it as simple.
So would you say us as three-dimensional beings?
Of course.
Yeah, we're in the third dimension.
Yeah, but we know everything.
No, we don't know everything.
We have blind spots.
No.
But like knowing everything of two-dimensional.
Well, yeah, it's all there. It's in the second dimension.
Yeah. I feel like there would be blind spots that maybe what we don't know, So we could say we know everything, but there's still something we might not know.
But we know that there's certain things
we know that know.
But the thing is, going to that, it's just, it's like that the spirit realm would be like another form of dimension. You know what I mean? So that maybe like the spirit dimension. Or the spirit, like when you astral project, you go into like the spirit world and you see ghosts. Let's see, like all those ghosts that people say they talk to, like their dead relatives and stuff like that live in that spirit realm. You can only access through those because you're astral projecting. So when you visit those ghosts, just so you can only live in the fourth dimension by dying, pretty much. Is that what you're saying? Like,
no.
No, fourth dimension.
I think you might join a certain cosmos of souls.
I think it's a higher perspective on the third dimension, and on death, I don't think immortality just means stay alive, but then you could still die. Like you don't need to rule out death.
So like, how do this like people from the spirit world are able to project themselves in the real world? Like, so we call those paranormal activities or ghost stories or stuff like that.
I suspect they're in limbo.
I would say it's like almost like a leaking.
Like an energy residue, and it's only just.
Wait.
Shelby was gonna say something.
What's really cool about this other dimension that we just get peeked into, super into, is there's so many different types of spirits and like how they can, for lack of a better word, leak into our dimension. So you have the intelligent beings, those are the ones that like we communicate with, and that if
And it's just.
So you're going back to like poltergeist kind of stuff, right?
I mean, it's all part of the spiritual. They all live in that dimension that you guys are talking about.
Well,
like in our in our house, okay.
There's a big difference between like
okay.
Earthbound, purgatory, and then purgatory
In limbo.
What do they live?
I think, honestly, I think there's like a time limit on it. I think like certain spirits can only be in connection for a certain amount of time.
I think almost in like the weird way, like the Divine Comedy, like the Inferno, like there's layers of like damnation.
Okay, so like
certain spirits have to suffer certain consequences.
Check it out. This we have me and Shelby got a 2-story house, and it's funny because nobody ever goes upstairs. The dogs would be downstairs, the cat would be downstairs with us, everybody downstairs, and then you literally hear footsteps of people, like somebody like walking from a room to the bathroom. So you hear the doo, 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 like the footsteps, and then you're like, but that's it. They don't ever manifest themselves physically or anything. It's just you hear the steps, or you hear like a creak, or like you hear like a door move upstairs, and it's like.
What's weird is if somebody is upstairs, they don't come out.
Yeah, you'll never hear anything.
Nobody who's ever stayed upstairs has said they've ever heard anything. Everybody must be downstairs.
I didn't hear
that. No, that's the thing. Like, we first stayed in our upstairs. I've had other people stay up there, and nobody ever. I never tell anybody that my house is haunted. It's funny, actually. The first time that Raz stayed here, I wasn't without me. I like went somewhere, and he came and stayed at the house to help watch my dog. I went up to his family somewhere, and he called me. He was like, "There's something going on with your house." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, I'm hearing noises. I was like, "Oh yeah." The house.
I was freaking out. Like, cause yeah, no, I'm just like sitting here in the computer. It's just the dog is sitting next to me, and the cat is like over there, by the couch, and I'm just like sitting here. I don't have headphones on, and I'm just like hearing like it feels like people are moving shit upstairs, and like the doors are like opening, and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm hearing these noises, and I'm here by myself, and I know Shelby's at work, and I'm just like, what is going on? And I'm like getting chills. And the dog is just sitting there, like, don't even like passed out. But we do have like the dog sometimes, like Bella, our new dog, she'll like get up and start running around like something just walked around her, and she'll be like freaking out because somebody just like literally like touched her and nobody was around, you know what I mean? And my cat stares at the wall and meow.
In my house, when I was staying at my mom's, you know how that room would get really hot at night?
Yeah.
There was times I would be sitting in my computer playing, dude, and I would be freezing. It would be fucking just freezing around my desk. And that happened at least like 20, 30 times. So it would be like really cold.
Is your house really fucking haunted, man?
I had my computer.
No, I'm dead serious.
It felt really cold.
No, he's asking about mine. Yeah, no, mine. But
I moved into this house about 4 years ago. And when the very first time, not the very first time, but in the first like couple of months that I was here, I lived all by myself. It's a pretty big house, like 2,000 square feet. And I was sleeping, and it was like 2 in the morning, which is the witching hour. And you know how you wake up and you have that paralyzed effect? I had that, and I felt somebody sitting at the end of my bed, and I literally could not move for 2 whole minutes, wide awake. And that feeling of like somebody sitting on the ground.
Have you felt that before?
Yeah, not at my parents' house, not anywhere else I've ever lived, not until this house.
You've never felt that's like basically sleep paralysis, what you're describing.
No, the sleep paralysis I have. The fact that somebody was sitting on the end of my bed and I could feel that depression, I've never felt anywhere else.
Do you have heart issues at all?
No.
Like, my house is really haunted. But what's weird is
The one that I've been to with the pool?
Yeah.
That house is haunted. And like,
no fucking way, man.
I'm telling you.
You just learn how to make peace with it, dude. Like,
they're like
They just want to fuck with you all the time.
They only did that one time. Other than that, all they do is walk around upstairs. They stay upstairs, we stay downstairs. It's good.
So it's funny because earlier today, before the podcast, I'm sitting down here, trying to see, like, looking through the audio and stuff, and I'm like looking at the dogs. The dogs want to go outside. I open the door. I come back and sit down. Shelby's in the room, and I see Shelby go to the couch, and then I hear. And I'm just like, all right, cool.
Ghosts, right? Is to face them directly.
But that's the thing, like, why would I interact with them if they're not bothering me? Like,
well, if they're not bothering you, then
it's just creepy. But you get used to the.
Like, why bother talking about them if they don't bother you?
Hey, can you guys?
Because we're talking about ghosts in our podcast.
Can you guys put down like a bunch of flour and like try and get footprints from the ghosts?
Oh man.
Blanket your carpet in flour.
No, legit. I've tried this before because I had to lay down some baking powder upstairs because my carpet really stinks.
Dog piss.
The carpet really stunk up there, so I laid down a bunch of baking powder and I let it sit for a couple days to get all of the smell out. And there was nothing up there, but I was like, oh, maybe somebody will walk around, and I heard the footsteps, but no, there was never any marks.
That's because it was a ghost. You
Actually,
don't make no footsteps over there.
I have a story from.
How you doing, fella ghost?
I have a story from an ex of mine that kind of goes similar to what you were talking about. She was around 8 and went to her grandparents' house, and she was 8, so like the grandparents knew there was ghosts, and she was 8, so like they're not gonna freak out an 8-year-old. And she was getting ready for a bath, and she doesn't recall this ever happening. It was told after the fact by her mom, and she said she was getting ready for her bath and the water was running, and all of a sudden she looks behind her and there was this lady standing there. So she just got in a corner and just like froze, just like an 8-year-old would do. And then her mother came to get her in the bath, and she's like, why are you in the corner? She's like, there was a lady standing there.
Whoa.
And she's like, the mom just kind of froze, because this is an 8-year-old that you don't tell this stuff to. So the mom just kind of froze and like, well, what did she look like? And my ex completely, perfectly described this lady. And they've never affected anyone, so it's not something that they really decided to take action on, and they just kind of lived upstairs, so they never really did anything about it.
So did they ever get freaky with the ghost or what?
That's a real good question right there. That's what I'm talking about.
There's apparently a guy.
I mean, if you want to get laid by some
she actually
ghostly figure. I don't know.
She actually also told me this
You're
story.
You're talking about your grandma, right? Like your grandma's getting fucked by a ghost, right?
Mine?
Sorry, man. So like I was listening to this podcast in the morning. It's called the Billy Madison Show, and one of the things that we're talking about is like a while ago, this girl's proclaiming to be raped by a ghost, and they were like taking callers in to see like.
Very interesting.
Yeah, right.
Like Scary Movie 2.
Like girls were like waking up and like they were like being raped and shit. So they were taking callers in and shit, man, and it was just the crazy story, and like most of the girls were like, well, if you think about it, it's a good way to get an orgasm and you don't get pregnant or STDs. And like
That's the question.
Oh yeah, invite succubuses to my house.
The question is, did she orgasm?
Right. That's a real question.
Dude, it probably would have been like a knife up her cunt, dude. That's what it sounds like. I mean, if you're getting fucked by a succubus.
You don't know that. It's like multi-dimensional dick.
Yeah, dude, it's like...
Okay,
phenomenal.
Imagine getting fucked by a succubi. What do you
What's
think?
that? Well, I mean, you're talking about succubus. Succubus is like a demon type thing.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
And we're talking about ghosts, dude.
Dick would be like,
Oh, getting fucked by a ghost?
Ghost, like a
How does
ghost.
that even happen?
Exactly, like a materialistic. Him like
Ghost dick? Like,
you know how you have that feeling of like maybe someone like a hand on your shoulder?
Yeah, sometimes you feel that.
I've never experienced anything paranormal.
Yeah,
Fuck them in their
neither have I.
No.
You get.
Y'all need to open up your.
The only thing I've ever
Yeah.
What I mean, you open up my tubes or what?
Walk around the
The only thing I ever guys, the only thing I've ever experienced was weird like dreams that felt more real or just as real as me being awake.
You gotta spread your cheeks a little bit more.
Let him in. Let him in.
And face down that.
That's.
Fucking douchebag.
With that.
I want to take Aaron on a ghost tour because we live in one of the most haunted cities in America.
I don't want to do that
Houston?
at all, dude.
No.
I carry knives on me, dude. If someone spooks me enough, dude, I'm gonna become the monster.
Aaron is gonna pull a knife.
On a ghost tour. So just like in downtown alone, there's like the Alamo is haunted. There's a hotel right
Let
next
me
to
just
it
say this
that's
real
haunted.
quick.
Another hotel that's haunted right next to it.
Shelby, this is not a good idea
It's gonna
at all.
Those are kind of like, those are hit or miss. Maybe they are haunted. Maybe they're like rigged to
Dude,
feel
if
haunted.
someone,
But no, dude. If you think about it, wait.
a couple.
You're talking about the fucking Alamo, dude. In the Alamo, you don't think
The Alamo. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the hotels.
the hotels around the Animal? That's where the war happened. That's where people died and all that.
The
There's a.
hotel right next to it was there.
No, shut the fuck up. What are you
I
guys
worked at the hotel.
Aaron, you're like a.
Every hotel says they're haunted.
I'm trying to tell you guys something that happened in San Antonio a couple years ago in like one of those haunted houses, those like crazed ones, and I think there's like 3 or 4 of them. Some dude actually snuck in as like one of the cast and started fucking like mauling people and stabbing people and shit, dude.
What?
Yeah, that actually happened.
That's crazy. But guys, we're coming up to.
Bring a knife into. Dude, I'm not. Dude.
I'm not talking about a fake haunted house where there's like actors. I'm talking about real
Oh, you're
haunted
talking about like
places.
really going into an actual dungeon and me getting tortured to death?
Pretty much. Some BDMSD stuff, like some BDMS stuff, like. Oh man. Yeah, Red Room.
I'm gonna have like no. I'm just gonna be the guy.
Aaron will never be Aaron himself again.
Shit.
Aaron is already fucking paranoid as hell. He's always like looking at his window, fucking carrying knives everywhere. Like, so even after that, dude, he'll never sleep again, dude. He'll be like with lights on everywhere, like never looking at the darkness, never.
Like on ready, dude.
Oh man, but we're nearing our break really quick, guys. We're gonna take a little break. Usually what I want to do later on is during this break play like 5 minutes of just like people ad and shit just for 5 minutes, but we just play music for now. That's the way the podcast will grow later on. We'll take just like a 2-3 minute break. 5 minutes is too long. I'll take like 2 minute break, 3 minute break, but whatever. We're gonna take a little break. coming up.
Just play the song.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna take a little smoke break, and I'm gonna play music for you guys. Coming up, I want to hear a story coming up from Mr. Slippers about this haunted chick, or this like
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, with this like crazy chick, and then we're also gonna start watching some videos about the most haunted stuff and looking at some pictures and try to see whether they're real or not. Trying to debunk them or get to the bottom of the story of it. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be pretty fun and interesting.
Oh yeah.
Looking at real, alleged ghost stories. All right, guys. So we'll be right back. I hope you guys enjoy.
Hello.
Welcome back, guys.
It's good to be back.
Yes, sir. Feeling a little better now. Kind of lost track there of time for a second.
Yeah, I was having a hard time there. I didn't realize it until after I did it.
Yeah, no, I was like, me and Shelby started talking about some of the other stories, and we kind of got carried away with.
No, it was good stuff though.
Do you guys like that John Coltrane rendition of My Favorite Things?
Man, that was a very good song. I've listened to the whole song before. It's like 13 minutes long, and it's very cool.
You guys? What do you guys think of that song?
It's a good jam.
That song that was playing right now?
Oh.
No.
I guess you didn't.
Well, because you're a young millennial. You're a young millennial. You're
too young to hear it.
Like
I'm young, but I am.
You gotta have like classical ear.
You're also wasted.
No, I'm feeling good, but I'm.
Hey, drink some more. Hey, take a cheers with me, all right? Cheers.
Cheers. I'm drinking too. Oh.
Shelby, have a wine with us. Come on. Just wine.
Wine's good for the soul, man.
Yeah, it's good for the heart.
She'll help us.
Yeah, there should at least be one sober.
She'll keep us in track or keep us in track of whatever we're talking about.
I was the sober person last weekend. Fuck, you're boring.
Babysitting a bunch of fucked up people.
I was planning on being
don't
sober,
ever plan on being sober.
Yeah, like me, I'm the host, and I'm supposed to keep track of everything that's going on and be in charge of keep track. And I'm the most like fucked up. Like I'm like pretty turned right now.
I'm week ahead of me.
Dude, I'm like your Gary, baby.
I know you were talking about you were gonna get like completely trashed this weekend.
Trashed all weekend.
And you're gonna do it on live stream.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
And on Tuesday because it's Halloween, and if I can find a party on Monday, like.
And get your dick wet.
I'm gonna do it.
Get a girl. He should get a girl pregnant. He should get a girl pregnant.
Yeah.
And have her, and then have her get an abortion, and then have her get an abortion.
As many people you can with a baseball bat.
Yeah, take some Xanax
too young for that. If I have a kid right now,
just give her a kill pill, dude.
All right, so everybody in here is 26 plus.
Yeah, I'm a little young. That's not that old. 26. My brother's 26.
I'm fucking old as shit.
There is a huge difference between early 20s and late 20s. You don't realize it until you're in your late 20s, and you're like, holy shit, I'm old.
And then you start going like, I need to have kids before I'm 30, and then you start realizing that, you know.
Look at like the lifespan of a human. Like, generally, not necessarily. You live till.
Generally, it's a viewpoint you take.
No. You live till like 100. You live till like 100.
Parker, let me give you the best advice ever.
Don't treat me like I'm young. Come on.
I hate that shit. Shut the fuck up. You're a legal adult now.
You're a legal adult now.
The advice I can give you is start smoking crack.
That takes like 4 years of your life. No, thank you.
Oh man, you start as you. Yeah, and you start seeing ghosts, and then you'll have your first ghost experience. You'll have your first paranormal activity in no time. The paranoia, the hallucination.
That's called schizophrenia.
But if you really want to like get serious about it, you should just make your own crack, because you can just buy like a lot of coke, you know.
Yeah, just
not blow up.
Oh man, this is funny. We're all just fucking with you though, but you know we don't.
I know.
We all grew out of that. We all grew out of that.
Antonio was a shitload of crack and then showed it.
So, we were pretty wild growing up during high school. Like me, Aaron, and JP are free for sleepers and Holland Cope.
I was pretty like straight edge until
Pussy.
I quit everything. I started like kind of becoming like really chill when I hit like 20, 21. Aaron went on another level.
I didn't smoke weed until end of junior year. So I was like 17 when I tried weed.
That's not too bad.
Did you smoke Shrek?
Everybody smokes Shrek.
The brick.
No, we don't smoke brick in Florida.
I like how
We got that good shit.
the slipper knows all the slangs for all the countries, like, or all the states.
We call that shagweed.
Shag, trag, yeah.
Reggie.
Reggie, yeah.
Bobby Brown.
There's actually a guy that my buddy knows that started that term Reggie in Sarasota, where I'm from.
Interesting. You probably heard it from
I got a friend in Sarasota.
Cool.
Truth,
Yeah,
be
shitty
told,
town.
Alright. But wait. Wait,
you know,
Aaron.
I feel. Oh, what's up?
I want to get back onto hearing into hearing Holland or hearing Mr. Slipper's story of that chick that got possessed by a demon.
Okay.
That is the main focus.
Or she may just had like a fucking insane bad trip. Like an insane bad trip.
Wait, JP, tell the whole story.
But but before I go into that, it's like I do want to say like LSD does, like we were talking about the dimensional things earlier and ghosts, like how you can enter the spirit realm. Well, no, I know. I do believe that LSD does open like our third eye to be able to see that better or let people in and out.
It changes your perspective on life.
Exactly. So going on that, go ahead.
Okay, so as far as perspectives go, so I'm famous for making a lot of bad decisions when I was younger.
Woo, that scared the shit out of me.
That dog is
Thomas, dog will agree.
Thomas, can you like mute your thing again?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was like selling acid and stuff while I was doing the military thing, and I was single. And, was renting a house with like all my buddies. So like we would just party all the fucking time, and like when I wasn't at work, or even when I was at work, I'd be drunk. But like as soon as I got out, then I'd get like really drunk. So it was just like a combination of that, and like since I was selling the acid, I was doing, I'd like drop a hit of acid like 1 or 2 every other weekend, just because it was like a good escape from like the army and whatever. And like the only other thing I could do is just go like chase after girls and stuff. So like I get on like plenty of fish and just like,
Never had any luck on there, but
that was fucking, dude, it was like super easy for me.
You're not in the army, bitch.
No, I wouldn't even tell anybody I was in the army though. I would actually act like I wasn't in the army. I wouldn't tell them my real name or like nothing. Like I was super.
Oh, it's because you got no game.
No, I just didn't want to talk to them ever again afterwards. But yeah, going forward. Like I go and pick her up, and like she still lives with her parents and shit. I'm just like, oh fuck. But like I bring her back to my place, and she's like, oh, so you trip or whatever, and she's like telling me she does mushrooms or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I sell acid. Like, you want to do something? And she's like, sure. But like before any of that happened, like I had been like drinking with her, so like we're both like kind of like a little bit tipsy, and then like, oh fuck it, we're gonna take acid too. So it was like we're talking and shit. And then things got like really strange all of a sudden. So all of a sudden she's like, "What's that thing on the wall?" I'm like, "What thing on the wall?" And I'm like wondering, like is she just like starting to trip out? Like, what's going on? And then she's just like, "What's that thing on that wall? What's the thing on that wall? What's that thing? What's that thing?" And she just like sounds like a broken record. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm not sure like if I'm just tripping out and she's being normal, or like, I wasn't sure what was going on. So like I was just like sitting there for a minute, like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna see if she stops asking questions. So like she just like keeps going, and I'm just like, what fucking thing is she talking about? So like I get up, I look at it, and then all of a sudden like I turn around, and she's just like repeating like different phrases. Like one of the phrases is like, "Oh, I'm a raging Cajun," or like some bullshit.
Wait, what?
And, like, yeah, and then like another thing she said was like, she's like, "Okay, it's gonna be okay, don't worry," and then she would just like repeat stuff like that, like over and over, and like she wasn't like focused on me though. She was just like staring at that thing, whatever.
Oh, so she was like, "Oh, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay," like that.
It was just weird. So like at that point, I so both my roommates are both there, but like they had already, because we get off work at like 3, and we'd already be drunk as fuck by like 6 o'clock, and this is already like 7 or 8 o'clock, so they're like passed out drunk already. And I'm still like tripping balls, so I was like, fuck, I can't wake them up. So I was like, shit, I go into my room, and like I go to my stash, I like hide all my shit, and then like I grab my pistol, which is like a fucking big ass Glock, and I just cock it and put it in my back pocket, because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's safe.
I was just like freaking out, like I don't really know why I did that exactly, but I just felt like I might need it.
I'm tripping on acid, might as well.
That's called
Yeah, you don't know what crazy
best
you see.
moments.
So like,
That's the smartest.
wait. The best thing is afterwards.
okay. So I come back into the room, right? And like something just feels off. Like there's just like I felt like something was empty. Like I was no longer in the same room. Like something else had claimed that room.
This is my territory.
Yeah, like in the center of the fucking living room where I was just sitting with her. Like she's like just like on her ass, like fucking like half naked with her shirt tied in like a noose or some shit. And it's wrapped around her neck, and she's just like pulling on it, and she's like, "Kill me!"
What?
She just kept her.
Like, dude, like, what would you? I was tripping fucking balls. Like, if the cops show up, my pupils would be like the size of fucking dinner plates and shit. So like, I was like, I can't just like shoot this chick. So, like instantly, I'm starting to just like panic. I'm like, what can I really fucking do right now?
In a hole.
And then like instantly she just like starts crawling around like on her fucking like hands and knees and starts just like yelling random phrases again. Like it was just, like like 1950s vintage porn at one point. Like, it was just like really specific weird shit.
What?
Like what was killing them? Oh yeah, 1960s.
So we're talking about all this like spooky shit, and I hear a knock on my door, and I open the door. No one was there, and I kind of freaked out for a minute.
You're like.
Then my roommate comes back from his room, and he's like, "All right, you want to watch a movie?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
You're like, I'm talking about ghosts right now, man. That's.
How weird would it be? Like if we're talking about that and then I have like a paranormal experience during the conversation.
I would love it.
That'd be fucking weird as fuck.
I'm waiting.
Whip out a knife or a gun.
I have a razor blade. That's about it.
A razor.
You get a knife.
Why do you have
They're not very expensive.
a fourth dimensional being or whatever?
What he's talking about? It's probably not a ghost. It's probably just creepy people.
We do have all our windows open. We are a second story though, so it's like.
So maybe you shouldn't do that. You ever thought about that?
But we have like a full house over here. Like all our roommates are home, so we're good.
Oh, so you just like creeps crawl in like nonstop, just like spider.
Okay, I would welcome them in if they.
You would welcome them in.
I'm up.
Oh, you welcome the creeps?
No, if they like.
Hey, just come in. Sit on the couch. Just sit down. I'm Chris Hansen.
If they take the effort to climb up a story to like get in.
Oh, then they deserve to be in your apartment, right?
It's like, oh.
You know what you should do? Is you
but
should
that's like serious effort.
And walk up to that guy and stick your hand behind his neck and put the knife right there and just slowly and very thoroughly go.
Nah, like if I die, I die. But like
you're not gonna die. I'm telling you how not to die.
It's trying to make you a murderer.
Yeah, no, not happening. But if like a good story can come from it, like fuck it.
Yeah, you murdering somebody, trying to murder you. That's a good story.
If he's not armed, if he had a knife, then yeah, I'd fight. But
you should have a gun. If you had a knife, you should have a gun.
I'm
like a ray gun.
On my 21st birthday, I am going to.
Oh, you live in California, right?
No, I'm in Florida.
Oh yeah, their concealed carry is dope.
Still,
one of them, Florida.
Wait. Is concealed carry in Florida?
Yeah, 21.
As castle laws in Florida?
What?
No, I don't think Florida.
So if you
I've never heard of castle law.
You get in trouble?
No. We have
this awesome law, that's the castle law. If somebody's trespassing on your property, whether or not they're armed,
and you fear for your life.
Yeah, we have the same thing, but it's considered. We have stand your ground law, so it's pretty much the same thing. If you feel like your life is in danger, we're fight before fight.
That doesn't seem as safe as me as council.
Yeah, if it turns out they didn't have a weapon.
No, not in Florida. Not in Florida. If you're,
I don't know. I would never. If I killed somebody in Florida, they would never see me again.
Look, I know for a fact.
If you fear for your life, you can do that. As long as you have an argument. Oh, they were in my home. They broke in. I feared for my life. Then you can get away with it. There's a lot of stories of people getting away with that shit.
Yeah,
just like with
a lot of people in Florida are junkies. And that's what happened.
They're pretty ratchet.
In Texas, though, you can shoot somebody if they have your property. So, like, if somebody's stealing your car, you can shoot them in the back of the fucking head.
Yeah, we can't do that.
No, in Texas, it's the most beautiful thing, dude. Most beautiful thing. It's like we can walk out. If someone's fucking with anything on your yard, if you have like a trespassing sign, you can just tap them right there.
You need a trespassing sign.
Yeah.
But it's
get off my lawn, boof. Hey, I have a gun license, and it's like the law says he was my property. I felt threatened. He was just walking on my lawn, and I felt threatened, so I shot him.
Did you know if you have a medical marijuana card, you can't have a concealed carry license?
Yeah, but California is like a commie state anyway.
A commie state?
Yeah, you basically don't have any rights there anyway.
It is, dude. It is. It totally is.
Really?
In magazines with like more than 10 rounds, like that's bad enough.
And it's not even the good.
Oh, you're talking about like gun law.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Not kind of communism.
Okay, yeah, it's fucked up gun law wise.
It's not even real communism. It's like just
Hey guys.
like statism.
Okay.
I did. Besides the whole
I'm so
loss and all that.
fucked up.
Oh yeah, that thing that's just you. That thing that's just you. I'm like pretty buzzed. I feel pretty great. But you should have done it during the break, bro. That's why we have a break. So you refill your drink for the rest.
I just ran out.
Oh, so Shelby was telling me a story of that her friend experienced a. I don't know. You can explain it better.
And she's like super into historical stuff, so she just loves to go through places. And she's not really into paranormal anything. She's just telling me about her trip. Yeah, she's a nurse friend of mine.
Okay.
She's telling me about her trip and like how cool it was. She saw them come and take a cannon and everything. And then she was like, yeah, but then I went to this jail and it's built in the, I think, 1870s. I posted
Was it in Mexico
a link
or was
to
it in
it.
Texas?
No, it's here in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
And she was like, I went to this jail, and she's like, I felt weird. And she goes to historical places all the time. So for her to say that, I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't know. There was just something I didn't feel right being there as a woman. Like I felt strange. And I was like, oh really? So I started Googling it, and I was like, Michelle, that place is like really haunted. And she's like, what? I was like, yeah. And there's like all kinds of reports of people getting pushed and feeling weird beings there and seeing things there. She was like, oh my god, that must have been like what I was experiencing. She's like, I've never had that feeling in any of the other historical places I've been to. But I just felt she just did not feel safe there, even though it was the middle of the day.
Why did it feel like that, or like
Is that person you were just talking about sexy?
What's her boob size?
Just put a picture up there.
But why does it feel believing?
She just has never experienced it, and I think she just has never thought about that kind of.
Well, that's the kind of thing. I've never really experienced anything paranormal besides dreaming.
All right, I'm gonna scroll up to. I wanna play this 5 haunted houses and their creepy background stories.
No, don't do that. I showed you that to where you could watch all of those and then pick your favorite one, because that guy actually literally goes through each and every one.
What about the Red Room?
Oh, I didn't look at the Red Room.
Neither did I. So let's go ahead and
I didn't, but I know what they are.
Alright, so I'm just gonna click play and let the video run, and I'll start talking when I pause it. No, when a topic or when you guys want to stop it, just say when and we'll all stop it.
Hey, you guys are all drinking, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Alright, so guys, I'm gonna.
Cheers. You guys want to have a cheers?
I need to refill my drink. I just ran out.
Okay, look.
I'm gonna play this. You can go get your refill, whatever.
All right.
That you didn't do because you are not on our time. We said we were gonna take a break, and
sorry. A goddamn drink.
Yeah. So we're gonna put that on hold. And we're gonna play this. I'm gonna play it here. Let me get the. Alright. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna press play in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Scare Theater.
The deep web, also known as the deep net, invisible web, or hidden web, is
This
a net that cannot be accessed with a normal web browser.
deep web bullshit. I think I'm gonna skip that.
Be linked to conducting illegal activity drug dealing.
And that's got time like I thought that's a peppermint. That's
Of course,
peppermint.
there are also a lot of weird rumors already in the deep web.
What the fuck is
Just look up
that?
scary deep web stories, and they hear a lot about curious people.
Alright, I'm gonna skip
A live stream.
all the way up to 1 minute.
And
Sounds
obviously
good.
the reason he remains so elusive is obviously because if these
Still
things
talking
were
bullshit.
out, then they would
Alright,
just get caught. But obviously these are really
Fuck
elusive
this
because they just
shit.
exist. The same website, it's Portuguese. I wasn't aware of any Portuguese.
Parker's making even more noise.
However, if you look for a long time into the events,
Fucking play
the
that
event
shit.
also looks at the
alright, I'm gonna take that off. What is the red room? What do you...
Alright, well, I can give you the gist. So basically, like, red rooms are like, rooms. No, dude, it's the rooms that appear on fucking the deep web. And, like, they mentioned two specifically in there. There's one called, like, Alicia. It's just, like, some really cryptic site. And then there's, like, another one, I think that's, like, related to, like, ISIS or something like that. But there's, like, rumors of, like, several different, other red rooms where, like, people basically just, you have to get invited to get into them. Once you get into them, it's just, like, a live stream of, like, murders.
Yeah, but we should be doing snuff films on a fucking show.
It's not showing it, it's just talking about it.
I guess so. I'm trying to find some like legit stuff, actual...
You know what the most legit shit is? Let's all talk about our personal lives. Let's just do that.
But we're talking about ghosts, so you gotta stay on the topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Deviate. I mean, what's the problem of deviation? That's what makes good radio shows good. Is that they have multiple topics.
Alright, so here I got a, I've seen this video a long time ago. It has some really cool pictures and explanations on the pictures. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that really quick, and then we can talk about the first one and second one, you know, and tell me what you guys think, whether it's real or not, or so forth.
Alright.
Right? I'm gonna charge fucking bulls.
Alright, it's playing. I'm on 13 seconds, 14, 15.
Here are 5 mysterious and unexplained ghosts caught on camera. Number 1. Ghost Baycliff Cemetery. This photo was taken around...
No, because I told you guys, I put the link.
I'm just waiting.
You gotta play the video.
Yeah, you gotta, it's play along.
Yeah, but I can do that. What?
No, because I paused it so everybody can catch up. I'm at exactly 28 seconds. I'm gonna put it, actually, the video starts at 23 seconds, so I'm gonna put it at 23.
Okay. Alright, I'm there. Okay.
23 seconds. Ready, set, 1, 2, 3, play.
1. Ghost Baycliff Cemetery. This photo was taken around 1946 in Queensland, Australia. The photographer was named Mrs. Andrews, and she was visiting her daughter's grave in Bali a year earlier at the age of 17. Mrs. Andrews claimed that she saw nothing unusual when she took the photo. When the photo...
Alright, I don't believe in that one already. Oh no, the Asian one. Yeah, let's look at the Asian one.
This very creepy photo was taken in the year 2000 in the Philippines. 2 friends were out for a walk one night, and they decided to ask...
So I paused it. We're at we are a minute. Exactly 1 minute. Everybody exactly at 1 minute.
Yeah.
Is Parker back?
Yeah.
Alright, so guy posted it.
That 1 minute.
Yeah, okay, cool. So ready? No, not red rooms. Posted a new link at the bottom.
Okay.
And we're at 1 minute in that video. Shelby showed me this picture earlier when we were talking about the podcast, getting ready for the podcast. She showed me this picture and it gave me the chills.
Is it a big butthole or what?
Yeah, pretty much. Look at it. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3, play.
Photo was taken in the year 2000 in the Philippines.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
should go to
One night, and they decided to ask the passerby to take a photograph on their cell phone. Once they viewed the photo, they noticed a strange very scary figure that seems.
But it's for the explanation.
Dude, I'm getting like
Number 3,
staircase
ghost. This picture was
I'm trying as hard as I
taken in
can.
1966 and was intended only to capture the viral staircase.
I'm at 129 right now.
In the Queen's House section of the National Maritime Museum in England. However, once developed, the picture shows the shrouded figure appearing at the bottom of the stairs.
That can just be lighting.
What is it? For years, there have been many reports of paranormal activity in the museum.
Are we like back from the?
The ghost of the
We are at, alright, pause it, we're at 150 right now, Aaron. I don't know if you're there.
I'm just going off of you. Are we talking again?
No. Shush.
Alright, 150, 1, 2, 3.
Waverly Hill Sanitarium.
Sorry.
Waverly Hill Sanitarium is a medical facility in Louisville, Kentucky that was once dedicated to treat patients suffering from tuberculosis long before the modern cure was discovered. It is now referred to as one of the most haunted places in America.
I posted a thing about Waverly.
Yeah, I paused it right now at 210. I was gonna go on that right now really quick. I haven't heard anything about this. I started watching the video earlier. I couldn't get much into it, but do you have anything good, or like what can you do you know about it?
I mean, there's a bunch of different hauntings that go on there that are known. Like, there's like one floor that like supposedly this like little boy like haunts it, and like if you throw a ball or something, like he'll push the ball back. But like the history of this place is actually kind of interesting, because it was like it used to be like a clinic for tuberculosis clinics, and then they ended up changing it into like a mental health type of hospital. When they did that, they also did a lot of like experiments and shit on people there, and there's just like a bunch of people that like suffered and died in like really shitty ways there, as well as like people who committed suicide. Like supposedly one of the floors is haunted by a nurse that like hung herself in one of the rooms. Like it's a fucked up place.
Have you ever been into like an abandoned insane asylum?
No, I want to really bad.
Yeah, I have.
I went to one that's in like kind of like the backwoods of
It's
Florida.
worse than prison.
It's creepy. Like I went with like 5 or 6 people, and we had to crack jokes because
You guys were scared as fuck.
we weren't scared because it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but you just
Oh, you have to do it at night.
crack jokes.
Man.
If none of us was willing to do it at night after we stepped foot on that property.
So I was that reminds me of that Chernobyl place or whatever it's called.
Due to radiation.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be like.
Inpatient facilities are not like Chernobyl.
But the Chernobyl it's supposed to be like haunted as hell. Like.
Dude, no, Chernobyl is like a nuclear disaster.
So it's like.
Inpatient facilities are like there's no correlation.
Go on, Shelby.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to Thomas during book break, and they say that any place that has a high emotional aspect to it has a higher incidence of being haunted. So that's why hospitals, things like that are shown to be more haunted.
But I was mentioning to her like so like ghosts, like her way of explaining the ghosts. I would explain it to my understanding. It's like a time remnants. So it's like a form of like time travel. It's like something emotional happened so hard that it broke the spirit. You know what I mean? And
I think it has anything to do with time travel. I think it has to do with.
Well, I mean, it happened such a long ago, and it's an event that happened, and it keeps playing over and over in that certain spot just because.
That is true.
Well, when you start,
It's a time remnants. It's like.
Gettysburg is very haunted, and people have said that at late at night they can hear cannon fodder on the battlefield.
Yeah, and they can see the ghosts, like, you know, walking around, you know.
Cannon fodder is just residual from
We should go to Gettysburg.
Yeah, at night. We need to do that at night, though.
I personally really don't like fucking with that shit.
Me
honestly.
neither.
Like,
Dude,
it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I think fucking with that kind of stuff is just profane. I know that's a bad word to say, but I think that's what it is. It's like
I agree.
Well,
But, I mean, even coming from
you shouldn't.
All right, so we seem to be the people. We seem to be people that need to see to believe. So we talk about it. We see things that we are not very. You know, we see videos on YouTube. We see videos and pictures and stuff like that with a backstory, and we don't know whether it's true or not, just because we weren't there and we didn't see it in front of us. So the fact that makes us curious beings. So the fact that we hear something paranormal in our house, us as humans are going to be like, well, I want to believe that is actually what is happening, so I'm going to actually go see what's happening to make sure that it's actually a ghost. And then I'll believe it's a ghost. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm very, let me see it, I'll believe it. You know, but, okay, coming back to, like, religious shit. I'm the type of person, like, you can say whatever you want about it, but, like, personally, when it comes down to spiritual realm and all that shit, the Bible says not to fuck with it. Like, that's a very good indication that it is real.
Have you read the books that the Bible doesn't acknowledge?
Doesn't acknowledge,
like old scriptures and shit, like, cause.
Okay, so I really don't, like, I'm all for discussion on this, but when
we don't have much time left, so we you know, talk whatever you can, whatever you want about
real
it.
quick. It's like when it's talking about Old Testament and New Testament, it's really relative to what was going on at the time. So you have to look at in terms of what was happening and who it's talking to. So it's
I don't mean those two. I mean like scriptures they found that were part of the church before. Well, that'll take too long, but yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So.
Alright guys, we're nearing down our show. We got a couple minutes left on here. Is there anything anybody wants to add on?
Yeah, Shelby, can you reiterate the email thing, please?
So we have a new email. Please hit us up on it. It should be checked regularly by all of us have access to it. People keep checking it. It is mostbreakpodcast420.
Alright, so this is also another thing apparently I need to start getting into, is like Twitter and all that stuff, and I'll try to get better at that. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. Shameless self promo. But you know, help us grow. And we're also gonna be on SoundCloud and what else? Shelby.
You guys want me to tell you? It's a really raunchy story. You want me to tell you to end it off?
Wait.
Real quick, I would just like to say I really enjoyed it. It feels like a lot, like this time flew by, and I'm very thankful I'm on the podcast this time.
Oh yeah, no, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, you're totally welcome, man.
You're actually pretty cool, man. You actually talked to her the whole time, so unlike, you know, Gotham's been here, what, 4 times in a whole show, and he had like, and it just like sitting there in the background like, this is interesting. I have no idea what to say, so I'm just gonna sit here and, you know.
You can tell from my stream I like talking.
You know,
Gotham is just over there quietly, just listening, absorbing all this information. Like, yes, interesting.
Planning to take over the world.
You guys gotta understand this. The best thing about a radio fucking thing is that it's like a sitcom. You know, you have to engage yourself in it.
But later on,
engage yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying this with more people. It's a lot more fun because we have a lot more different opinions, and
Yeah.
it's just.
All right, you guys, wait. I have a story to tell. You guys want me to tell it?
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay. So this is a very gross story. So I'm just gonna tell it anyway.
Oh god.
So I was.
Immediately, my YouTube gets like banned. Like my YouTube is like banned.
When I was living. No, shut the fuck up. I was living in Florida. And we were drinking a bunch of fucking Cabernet. Like jugs of Cabernet. You know, the cheap ass shit. And I was fucking my girlfriend really hard. And I passed out because I was fucking drunk as shit. And like in the morning, the first thing I woke up was to like. That was her diarrhea.
At least it wasn't in the bed.
Oh my god, that took a. Okay. That was okay. That was not that bad. I thought you were about to talk about right next to you, like she was laying down next to you.
Oh, that was terrible.
And then you open your eyes, and they're just like shit all over you, and you're just like.
I would never talk to her.
So I have a funny story about that. That's pretty funny. I'm like, oh man. Okay. Let me gather myself for this because this is too funny. So me and Aaron. Me and her young kids, you know, in high school, no care in the world, getting fucking wasted. We go back to my house, and I'm sitting on my computer, wasted as fuck, playing, and Aaron's like, dude, I'm gonna pass out. Fucking, he passes out on my bed. Mr. Slipper passes out on the couch. I remember I used to have like green recliner. And Aaron just like lifts his head up. I don't feel good. I look behind him. I'm like, dude, don't do it. And he just like, boom, puke everywhere, dude. Like on my bed, there was like a puddle of puke. And then he just.
After the Robo pills?
We like did the Robo pills and drank like the 40s. Remember we drank those Mickeys? So wait. The story's not over, dude. He like looks at me and he's just like, oh man, and he just pukes more on the bed, and then he looks back at me and I'm just like, don't do it, and he just puts his head into the puke and goes back to sleep like nothing ever happened. Like he just like boom, and there's like a puddle like in my bed, and I just like I just got up out of my computer. I was like, god damn it. I fucking woke his ass up, took his shirt, fucking, I was like, throw him in the bathroom, fucking take a shower, motherfucker, gave him some clothes, and I was like, changed my sheets, had to like fucking clean my bed, and
at the moment you have to be a parent.
At the age of 15, to your best friend, because he just fucking.
Thank you very much.
I have some parent stories.
Oh man.
Don't have enough time now.
We'll do some of that next time because I do have a lot of parenting stories with Aaron, especially. Like, holy shit.
I've been a shitty person, you guys, man. I love alcohol.
Not to me. Not to me.
Yeah, good thing you'll never meet me in person, dude.
You never know that. Like, internet friendships are pretty great.
He has family here in Texas, so we never know.
I do.
Yeah,
you never know.
So another thing I was thinking about,
shit out of you,
when we started like, you know, making somewhat of like revenue or whatever from the podcast, if any, I think we should start like a donation thing so we can build like a little studio in one of our houses and like just make a room just for that, and we would right
honestly.
And just so we can all just go there and actually sit down for 2 hours, talk about it, chill, and like.
That'd be dope.
And then
Like,
for you Parker, since you would be over there, we would have you in call, and for Free for used to live here in San Antonio, but he moved to Ohio, so he lives in Ohio now. But for them, they would be.
No, yeah, Orlando.
You guys would be on. We would figure out a way to have you guys on audio.
Okay. Honestly, like through.
And then if you make a stop by, we'll have you in the show. You know what I mean? In the room.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if like I can get streaming and like the whole online business type deal running, I would love to do that for a career.
Definitely. I'm planning the Smoke Break podcast. I want it to take off very well, but I'm not trying to I don't want it to be like making money or anything. It's just for fun and for people to listen to and for it to get popular, you know, and like for people to enjoy and have fun. And if it makes money, then it'll be great, you know. But if people want to help us get to the point where we have like our own little studio and make it way better, then please help us get there. So.
Great. Bless you, by the way. I'm starting to get pretty
tipsy. So well, what's man, I lost track and don't know where the outro song is.
Some bad boys.
Here, I can literally have it up if you send me a link right now. Put it up.
So since you guys go on at 9 o'clock, which is 10 o'clock my time, I can actually make that.
We prep before.
Yeah.
I mean, we just sit sitting here and talk.
Are we still broadcasting?
Yeah, we still got like 4 minutes. We still got 3-4 minutes.
That's the best part, dude. The best part about it is just us talking, dude. I swear to God.
But I'm waiting for Mr. Sleeper to send me the.
The best radio is us just talking.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
What about the railroad tracks for?
Dude, they were built by Chinamen, man.
Fucking Asians. I hate being on
Gotham wants to
Asian
talk
servers.
about it. Gotham wants to talk about
Yeah.
it. So, there are railroad tracks south of town that are claimed to be haunted because...
Wait, let Gotham talk.
Go for it, Gotham.
No, she's doing completely fine.
You know, wait.
I haven't heard you say shit throughout the whole show.
Wait, shut up. Let Gotham
I don't know
and
about
Shelby
it.
talk about it at the same time.
Is it the donkey lady?
Pornhub? What?
Not the donkey lady, no.
Let Gotham and talk about it. And
Shelby.
talk about it at the same time.
Go for it.
I'm asking about the railroad tracks here in San Antonio, where the bus accident happened, and how supposedly if you stop below the hill, like the car moved up and stuff like that.
Yeah, so back in the 1930s, it was a school bus that was stalled on a railroad track, and then a train hit the bus and killed, I think, all of the kids.
Damn.
Now, if you take a car there and you put it on the track, it said that those kids will push your, and you put it in neutral, it said that the kids will push your car off the track to sink. And people have like put baby powder on the back of their car, and they will.
Oh, I've seen videos of that.
Oh wow.
It is crazy.
So we're gonna make this podcast big.
We gotta get a bunch of people. We gotta get a bunch of people in here. I think this is one of our best podcasts so far, and we're gonna remake that Elliot Rogers one because he got taken down from YouTube.
God, I can't wait.
That was very funny. Like, oh my god, That was hilarious. The whole topic was supposed to be about mass murderers, but we ended up talking mainly about Elliot Rodger.
We had some other good stuff too. It's just a good one.
Yeah, so we'll try to remake that as best as we can. So we'll have you in there as well. But that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for tonight, guys. If you guys want to say anything, just go ahead and say it right now. Let's start playing the music. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna post the
SoundCloud.
Yeah, email SoundCloud. I'm gonna put us on there.
Ideas.
If you guys want to send us clips, funny prank calls that you guys made, or funny conversations that you guys recorded, we'll put it on there as well. So, send us stuff, guys.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, comment, subscribe, guys.
All that cliche fucking YouTube shit.
Smash the like button.
And subscribe. And the alert.
I got 3 likes on it.
And the alert. So you know when we're live.
Old bell shit.
So remember, guys, it's every Thursday. We don't really come prepared, even though we have a whole week to prepare. We come like fucking just like last minute. Let's figure this shit out, and we just come make it happen. We are the Smart Brick, so we make it happen. We make it live. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Here's some music. Just kidding. You guys just got Rick trolled.
With the Glock on the side, riding, hanging out in the street. Who wanna die? That is left, Alec, but I'm hella bad. Have to say I need prayer. All I need is my breath. Till I swing with the blade, then I pray. My dead, trying to make it great. From my great milli rock, so I say, what that mean?